Picture this, a 41-year-old pitcher yelling at his manager in the middle of a playoff elimination game, refusing to leave the mound, demanding one more inning to finish what he started. That wasn't ego talking, that was championship DNA. And the Blue Jays might be bringing that fire back to Rogers Center. Hello, Jays Nation. Welcome to Jays Quick News, your home for exclusive Blue Jays analysis. Today, we're breaking down why bringing back Max Scherzer isn't just filling a roster spot. It's the final piece in a championship architecture that separates dynasties from one-hit wonders. If you want the smartest Blue Jays coverage on YouTube, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're about to reveal why Ross Atkins is playing four-dimensional chess while other teams are playing checkers. According to multiple reports from The Athletic's Mitch Bannon and Ken Rosenthal, plus Sportsnet's Ben Nicholson-Smith, the Blue Jays are in serious negotiations with Max Scherzer about a 2026 reunion. But here's what the mainstream media isn't telling you. These talks intensified dramatically in the past week. Why? Because the front office just watched their entire depth strategy get tested before spring training even started. Shane Bieber to the injured list with forearm fatigue. Timeline unknown. Bowden Francis needs Tommy John surgery. Gone for all of 2026. Suddenly, a rotation that looked unstoppable on paper needs reinforcements. And this is where brilliant organizations separate themselves from the pack. Let's talk about what really happened in 2025 with Scherzer. Yes, he finished with a 5.19 ERA over 17 regular season starts. But that number is completely misleading. Scherzer battled thumb injuries and nerve issues all summer that limited him to just 85 innings. Strip out one nightmare start where he allowed 7 runs in 2/3 of an inning, and his ERA drops to 4.48 across his other 16 outings. Not ace level, but serviceable depth. But October? That's when Mad Max proved why Hall of Famers earned the title. Game 4 of the ALCS against Seattle. Blue Jays trailing the series 2-1, elimination looming. Scherzer delivers 5.2 innings of 2-run ball in an 8-2 victory that evens the series. The iconic moment? Manager John Schneider comes to pull him. Scherzer yells, demands to stay in, gets his extra inning. That's not about statistics. That's about competitive fire you cannot teach. Then, Game 7 of the World Series, Rogers Center. Biggest game in franchise history since 1993. Scherzer starts and gives Toronto 4.1 innings of one-run baseball. At 41 years old, in Game 7. That performance alone justifies bringing him back. Now, let me explain the genius of what the Blue Jays are building. Their projected rotation is Dylan Cease, Kevin Gausman, Trey Yesavage, Jose Barrios, and Cody Ponce. Dylan Cease just signed a 7-year, $210 million contract and led all of baseball with 1,106 strikeouts from 2021 to 2025. Kevin Gausman has averaged over 190 innings per year since joining Toronto. These are workhorses. But here's where it gets interesting. Trey Yesavage, 22 years old, started the 2025 season in Single-A Dunedin. By September, he was in the majors. By October, he was making World Series history. Game 5 against the Dodgers, 12 strikeouts, 0 walks, 3 hits allowed over 7 innings. That's a rookie World Series record. He struck out Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, and Mookie Betts, 3 MVP winners, in the same game, at age 22. Yesavage threw 98 innings total in 2025 between the minors and majors. Know how many innings true MLB starters throw? 150 to 200 per season. So the question isn't if Yesavage is talented, it's whether his 22-year-old arm can handle doubling his workload while maintaining that dominance. That's where smart organizations protect their assets. This is the brilliance of potentially signing Scherzer. You're not asking him to be your ace. You're building a 6-deep rotation where nobody gets overworked. Cease and Gausman anchor the top. Yesavage gets managed carefully to prevent burnout. Barrios and Ponce provide stability. And Scherzer? He's your insurance policy. Your playoff-tested veteran who can eat 70 to 90 innings in the regular season, then flip the switch in October when it matters most. Eric Lauer will also be stretched out as a starter after his resurgent 2025 season. That's 7 legitimate starting options. When was the last time you saw a rotation this deep? This isn't panic, this is championship infrastructure. Now, let's address the financial reality. The Blue Jays are already at $310 million in payroll, exceeding the luxury tax threshold for the 3rd straight year. Every dollar they pay Scherzer comes with a 110% tax penalty. So, if they sign him for, say, $12 million, it actually costs the franchise over $25 million when you factor in the tax hit. But here's the genius calculation that casual fans miss. What's the alternative? If Yesavage hits the rookie wall in July and you're forced to call up unproven arms during a pennant race, what does that cost in playoff revenue? One home playoff series generates over $20 million in revenue. The World Series? Over $100 million. Signing Scherzer isn't an expense, it's an investment in protecting your championship window. And let's talk about what Scherzer brings beyond the mound. He has 3,489 career strikeouts, just 11 away from 3,500. That's 11th all-time. Second among active players behind only Justin Verlander. 3 Cy Young Awards, 2 World Series rings. When Trey Yesavage is struggling in August with fatigue, who do you want in the clubhouse teaching him how champions manage their bodies over a full season? Max Scherzer. The Blue Jays came within 1 game, 1 inning of winning it all in 2025. They lost Game 7 in 11 innings to the Dodgers. That close. Now they're running it back with an even deeper roster. Dylan Cease's $210 million contract, potential Scherzer reunion. This sends one message to the rest of baseball. Toronto is going all in. Reports suggest Scherzer would ramp up gradually, targeting a late April or May debut. Perfect. Let him build arm strength while the rotation handles the early season. By summer, you have a 7-man rotation where everyone stays fresh. By October, you have Mad Max ready for the biggest moments. So, Jays Nation, here's the bottom line. This isn't about nostalgia. It's about Ross Atkins and Mark Shapiro building a dynasty. If you love this analysis and want more championship-caliber Blue Jays content, subscribe to Jays Quick News right now. Hit that bell icon. We're bringing you the insights mainstream media won't tell you. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should the Jays seal this Scherzer deal? Let's bring a championship to Toronto. Subscribe now and let's build this dynasty together.